Mike Bohn here at UFC Vancouver with Stefan Struve, who is out here covering Reinier de Ridder's main event against Brendan Allen. I want to talk to you about a few different things, Stefan. Obviously, your transition to a career in media, you seem to be doing great things. Just start there. Like, when did you determine post-fighting, like, this is something that you wanted to do?
I did some jobs now and then also during my career, but there wasn't a lot of opportunity in the Netherlands. And then right after when I retired, the rights were bought by Eurosport and Discovery and now Warner Brothers. So we do every event, and we try to do a lot of events on site. And obviously we have Reinier doing very well the last year, which is very interesting for the events back home. So we try to show them as much as we can backstage, and so it's fun for me to be able to do this after my career, be on site still at the UFC. Feels like home. So
yeah. How big of a deal is Reinier in the Netherlands right now? Like, is this a fight that a lot of people are understanding, not only like the platform, but the significance of what a win here could lead him to?
It's definitely, a lot of people are following it. There's a pretty big watch party this time. There was a big watch party the last time when he fought Whittaker. So people understand that he's pretty close to a title shot, and that he could, be the first one since a long time to bring a belt back home to the Netherlands. So it's a big deal, and it's a lot of fun to follow it for us.
How you personally like seeing him make this rise? Is this something that when he came to the UFC, do you think he would have this much success so soon, or do you think it would maybe be a little more of a slow burn for him?
Yeah, it was hard to judge like how well he would do, and before that I wasn't really thinking of him moving to the UFC because he was under contract with ONE FC, and they're pretty, they got some things with the contracts going on, of course. So it's good to see him here. And am I surprised to see him do this well? A little bit, yes, but I know also how good he is. So there's opportunity now in this division, and a lot of new blood, and he's making the most of that.
And I mean, a fight between him and Hamzat would be super interesting. He feels like that's where it's going here for him. How big of a deal would someone from the Netherlands fighting for a UFC title be? Like, that would be, he's probably had the most success since, Alistair Overeem?
Yeah, Alistair fought for the belt. I never get to fight for the belt. I fought some big fights on pay-per-views, but if he would be able to fight in this modern era for a UFC title, I think it would be huge for the sport, bring a lot of new fans, a lot of new eyes to the sport. And as you know, he's good in front of the camera as well, and he's very, very down to earth, very normal person. So if you want to have the sport grow, it's people like him that you want up front, you want in talk shows, you want to have as your poster boy for the MMA in the Netherlands.
Yeah, and I know way beyond either of our pay grades, but given like the deal that they have in the Netherlands, the attention you guys are trying to put on the sport, does it feel like another event in the Netherlands is like anywhere in the realm of possibility in these next few years, or might it need someone like Reinier to win a title to push it over the hump?
Definitely, this. The situation right now, in the past, the UFC would go to Europe a lot more. You see like 7 to 10 events a year in Europe now and then, and now it's just a handful. So I definitely feel that if you want to go back to a country in Europe, you need a star. It needs to sell out, it needs to be big. And so far he's doing very well with that. So I definitely think that if he wins the title, or if he just keeps on winning, it is possible, and it would be great. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see what happens in this new Paramount era, like where they're able to do numbered events, if it's not like the same restrictions, because that'd be awesome for him to get platform. But since I have you here, obviously next week we have UFC 321, the heavyweight championship on the line, another huge fight on that card as well. In terms of contenders, just this matchup, we've been waiting so long to see Tom Aspinall move past the John Jones era. What are you expecting out of him in this fight? Is there a lot of pressure on him to not only win but make like a statement?
Yes, especially to win because Jones beat Gane, and that situation. If he loses to Gane, then it's going to be used against him. But I think he has the skill set to beat Ciryl Gane. It's going to be very interesting because, in my opinion, these are the two best moving heavyweights ever in the UFC probably. So they're used to fighting guys with a lot of power that stand still in front of them, are an easier target with their speed, with their movement and the way they want to set up their shots. So definitely very interesting to see how Tom is going to deal with Ciryl moving around him in the first and second round when he's throwing that jab and the low kicks and everything. And what Tom is going to do, is he going to wrestle? Is he going to strike with him? So great fight. Can't wait to see that. And finally, the heavyweight division is moving again. It's been a while. It's July last year since Tom's last fight. So it seems like he wants to be active. I hope if Ciryl wins that he wants to be an active champion as well. And then I hope that some new stars will stand up for the heavyweight division, because it's necessary when you compare the division now to, let's say, 10 years ago. There were a lot more big names, a lot more fun matchups. So I hope the same thing happens to, like, let's say, the middle of the division right now. All these new guys. A couple of years ago, it was Adesanya dominating the division, and everybody said, you clean the division out. What is he going to do? And then, all this happened. So it can go fast. I'm just very happy they're fighting soon.
Yeah, and you mentioned the things Ciryl needs to do with the movement, the assets he has, but no one's been able to get past like 2-3 minutes with Tom here. If you're like strategizing his team Gane, is part of it like we need to get past this window and just see what happens to Tom? Like, for all we know, his cardio falls off a cliff. We don't know all these things. So is that something like that you need to uncover? Is it just go in there head on and maybe you beat him in that first couple minutes?
Yeah, it's very interesting because what he's very good at in the first and second round is what I said, throwing that jab, switching stances, staying on the outside, and then staying safe. And he does a very good job with that against a lot of heavyweights who tire, especially after the second round. But also you could see in his fight with Volkov really learned from that first fight. He stayed on the outside too much in that first fight, and then he was just fighting. He's like, I'm not waiting for you because you're quicker. I got to make it a war. So curious to see how Tom's going to react, and if it goes past the first 2 rounds, it's very interesting. We're going to learn a lot of new things about Tom, I think. But yeah, man, I was doing the breakdown for the Netherlands last week, and going through all the footage, and normally I send out timestamps. I'm like, this is interesting because he steps to the right or whatever. It's like he finishes everybody in like a minute. So it's unreal what he has done so far, and I'm very interested to see how what he's gonna do and what the future holds for him.
Yeah, if you're him. Are you even broaching the John Jones subject if you win this, and get the victory? Or are you like, hey, whoever wins this fight between Volkov and Almeida earlier on the night, like that's who I want ASAP?
Yeah, I don't think he wants to go back to the Jones situation. If that fight's gonna happen somehow, it should be Jones, like chasing that for the White House event or whatever. It will be a very big fight. But it seems like you never know because, Dana changes his mind quick too when he sees opportunity, of course. But I think Jones let a lot of people down with the way he approached that situation, and in the end didn't fight. I would have loved to see that fight, but I would say the winner of Volkov and Almeida is a easy pick, and then I would love to see Francis back in the UFC. Yeah. That's the fight, man. Like Francis is, I believe, is he in his late 30s?
Yeah, I think he's probably like 37, 38 now.
Well, it's for a heavyweight. It's not, it's not.
It's prime.
Yeah, it's prime, and especially like him, you don't lose power, and he's looked good. He learned a lot from his boxing fights, I think, and those are the fights to make. I'm a fan nowadays, and I want to see the best fighters fight each other, and there's a handful of fighters in PFL who are really, really good, who would be able to fight for the titles in the UFC, I think, and Francis is one of them, and I would love to see Tom and Francis go at it.
Do you have any appeal of seeing Alex Pereira at heavyweight, or would you rather him stay at 205?
No, he can go up too. Yeah. Like, I'd be very interested to see that. He looked huge against Ankalaev. Yeah. He was 240, I think, so he's a heavyweight. Mm-hmm. The only reason he makes 205 is because he cuts. He doesn't have an ounce of fat on him. Be very interesting especially how he stopped that takedown from Ankalaev as well. Before the fight, I was actually curious to see what Ankalaev would do, because he fought some amateur fights at heavyweight in the past, I think. Yeah. So I thought he'd be moving up in the near future, maybe. But yeah, with Pereira's performance, yeah, let's do it, man. Why not, right? Yeah, who wouldn't want to see that? Tom and Alex Pereira, come on.
Yeah, if I'm Tom, that's the fight I'm going for more than John Jones. That seems more reliable.
Yeah, no, 100%. Yeah, no, I don't think Tom is, I think it's going to take a lot of work to convince Tom to fight Jones at this point. So,
what's your quick pick? Who do you think wins, Volkov and Almeida?
Volkov.
Yeah.
I'm very impressed with how much better he's gotten over years and stronger. He looks very good where he is now in his career. I think he beat Gane in that last fight, and it's interesting because Jailton Almeida is a special talent as well, but he's not one-dimensional, but definitely like one of his weapons. Of course, that one takedown, and if he doesn't get you down, he does tire out, and it breaks him a little bit mentally. So it's gonna be interesting to see if he takes Volkov down, what's gonna happen. But for me, yeah, what I said, that's the clear number one contender. Comes from that fight.
Do you have a special appreciation for Almeida a little bit? I mean, not many guys have been able to have like tons of submission success at heavyweights. Frank Mir, yourself, him. Do you kind of relate to his approach at least a little bit?
Yeah, no, I definitely love seeing him do his thing. I always say, I've said for many years, I would have loved to see him fight at 205. Especially with the fighters in that division, with Alex, with Prohaska, Roundtree, all those strikers. Like, the division is missing like a wrestler and a grappler, and I think he has, he's fought at 205 in the past. I think he's going to struggle against Volkov, because Volkov is 6'7", and I believe he cuts down like 10, 15 pounds. He's huge for heavyweight now. So I think Alex is going to be able to stop the takedowns and use that huge frame to do it. So Almeida at 205 would be interesting, but I definitely also love watching him fight, and with his style, the submissions is great.
Yeah, for sure, man. Well, we could pick your brain on this stuff all day. I appreciate it. Very happy to see this career you've moved into, and I think you're doing a great job. So I wanted to sit you down with you like this for a while, and hopefully many more times in the years to come, Stefan.
Thank you.